Hi, welcome to Dark Souls 1. Okay. Okay, it's gonna have to work. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the bandit character. This bandit gift is gonna be Old Witch's Ring. I always pick that so I can talk to Quaelag's sick sister later in the game. I like this. And I'm going to go ahead and skip the opening cinematic. I figure anyone who wants to watch that can see there's any number of YouTube videos with the Dark Souls 1 opening cinematic.
Yes, indeed. The dark side brands the undead.
Ah!
And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north.
Sounds.
Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Never understood. Oscar and Listora drops the key to your cell down into the hole he makes in the roof. Or I assume he makes it. Maybe it's already there. This place is kind of falling apart. Never understood why he just picks you to save. Like, he goes to the Undead Asylum and just picks a random undead to rescue from their cell. Might be that he just happened to get the key that is only to your cell. Or maybe he somehow gathered that you are not hollow like the others. Never quite understood that. I never really thought about it, honestly, until, like, about a minute ago. It's cool. I didn't know things like chicken meat. I apologize for the kind of poor frame rate. I have to play windowed instead of full screen in order for my recording software to capture this. So before you run into this room here, if you look up, you can see the boss who jumps down the asylum demon on the roof here. But for new players, I prefer, nothing beats that moment where they run forward and he drops down and surprises them. Let's go through this door on the left. This one fire and the rest of this one. This one. I tend to go with the bandit when I'm starting a new character. And just want to kind of blitz through the game because the spider shield is one of the best early game shields. It's really good for this early in the game, actually. The battle axe, not that I'm an expert, but it does quite a lot of damage. I feel like it hits harder than a lot of the other starter weapons. Certainly more so than the dagger or whatever you get if you're a thief. And there's one early game boss in particular that I've struggled against enough times. I'm pretty much done with it at this point. I'm just done bringing my hands up. It's the Belfry Gargoyles, the Belfry Gargoyles. damage really fast to the first one, kill him before the second one shows up for the fight. Nightmare. Unless you summon. But I don't like summoning personally. There's nothing against people who do summon. I'm not saying you're playing the game wrong or anything. You summon I personally, like, I feel more satisfied if I beat the boss, like, by myself. So Oscar, I guess he got...
You.
Nah, I guess he probably ran into the asylum demon up on the roof there and got knocked
I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity.
Let's skip his dialogue here. This is more of a...
Regrettably, but there's enough now. Well, no, and it's just...
game playthrough.
Oh,
Estus class.
now I'm good.
Yeah, it seems like he just randomly, but like spontaneously dies when you run out of here. Yep, that sound. Yeah, he's dead. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, besides just, well, I mean, I guess I do know what happened to him, but it looked like some kind of impact hit him there. It's odd. Whatever. This game feels... I'm coming straight out of playing through Dark Souls 3 on a PS4 with a PS4 controller. So the Xbox controller and also just the feel of Dark Souls 1 is kind of different from 3. But this is just a little... It just takes a little getting used to. It's fine. I don't even really have any reason to fight this guy, but here we are. Can't actually get through that door until we come back later with the key. Traverse the wide. Recommend IGN's Prepare to Try series for anyone interested. They get a guy who's never played Dark Souls before, thinks it's like Zelda, to see if he can beat the game before 3 comes out. Yeah, it's great. It's really funny. Really entertaining. It was fun. I was playing Dark Souls 1. It was like my first complete playthrough. I was playing Dark Souls 1 at the same time that they were airing episodes of that Prepare to Try series. So it was nice. I'd like finish an area and then go on YouTube and watch an episode, like the newest episode, and see like the kid who was playing. Like watch him finish an area or go through an area that I was about to go to, and then he'd finish it, and then the next episode he'd be like about to head to an area that I had just finished. So it's like we were playing kind of in tandem, and we beat it really close at the same time. Just we did things in a little bit of a different order. Dark Souls is one of those types of games. A certain amount of freedom. It's linear, but not super linear.
Only
The Lord drawing. So for those who don't know, and I don't know that you're really going to get a sense for it in this video, because like I said, it's less of an experience than being playthrough than I'm going for more of a walkthrough, what to do type thing. But for those who don't know, the big things about Dark Souls that people like is like the amazingly interconnected, cohesive nature of the world and level design. Just thought this crestfall warrior here is funny. It's like he's wearing sky blue footy pajamas. So, I'm gonna go for strength and do a lot of damage. Pretty good at avoiding attacks, I think. Humanity. Use humanity when you're hollow to stop looking like beef jerky until you die. You go back to Undead. Or not Undead, but Hollowed a little bit. Oh dear. You got me. You got me. First Estus drink in this playthrough. Not really sure how long this episode is going to be. I guess if all goes well, maybe I'll stop it right after the tourist demon. Cool. We got the jump on the didn't actually hit me though. Soul of Lost Undead. Soul of really helpful customer service. Played through Dark Souls 1 and 3 recently with my friend Eric. And we would make jokes. We'd find the soul of a lost undead, soul of a weary warrior, soul of a whatever. We would make jokes and be like, soul of a guy who's great with kids, or soul of a really helpful customer service rep, soul of a knowledgeable card candidate. Soul of a pretty swell guy. Dark Souls 3, I think is the hardest. Might be the hardest. Well, yeah, I think. I don't know. Bloodborne aside, I don't know how that works out, but I think Dark Souls 3 for me is the hardest of the series. I mean, really, it's like the hardest is kind of like whichever one you play first. But, so I guess I had the hardest time really with 1 way back when I first tried to play it, like late 2015, early 2014. I had to play 1. It's my first Souls game. You can go in here and get a wooden shield, but I don't want it. Got the spider shield. But yeah, I guess the hardest one is the one to start with, but I think 3 is like objectively harder than 1. I had an easier time with 3 overall because by that point I knew how to play Souls games. I had 2 playthroughs of 2 under my belt, one of which included the DLC. It's pretty difficult. Playthrough of 1, a bunch of failed attempts at playthroughs of 1 during which I learned how to play Souls games. Playthrough of Bloodborne, including the DLC, which is really hard, and all the Chalice dungeons, which could be pretty absurdly difficult. So yeah, by the time 3 rolled around, I kind of knew what I was doing. And I still had a pretty hard time with parts of it. If that tells you anything. So yeah, I think 3 is like objectively the most difficult of the series. I'm happy, like, it's a really good game. A lot of people were afraid, like, that the difficulty was going to be dumbed down. Like, I feel like it was maybe a little bit too. I love 2, by the way. I'm not dissing 2. But the fact is, 2 is. I feel like 2 is significant. It's not easy, but it's significantly easier than 1. Bloodborne, I think 2 is like. I've never played through Demon Souls. I've hardly played Demon Souls, so I'll do like half an hour of it. But I feel like. So that aside, I feel like 2 is the easiest game that From Software has made. I mean, I suspect that Demon Souls is harder than 2. I just can't confirm that. Oh, you got me. 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 Just throw it at me. This arcade here. So I finally, in my recent playthrough of 1, I'm gonna have to stop trying to roll under this guy. My recent playthrough of 1, I finally learned how to effectively use the shield kick. And man, did it make the game easier. Made 3 a lot easier too. Didn't make it easy though. Actually, I feel like a lot of the monsters in 3 kind of like it wisened up to a lot of the popular tactics that Souls veterans would use against them. They kind of surprise you, like circle around them. Yeah, that was good. Circle around them, and then they would shield bash you. Having a rough time with you guys. My Estus flasks. This didn't happen last time. But yeah, the guys in 3, especially at the beginning, it was really frustrating. Those knights would like bash your teeth out with their shields. So this in here. Get some shards from them. Tourist demon pops out of there, but we are going to come up here first. There's a ladder to the right of the door, left of the door if you're looking at the door. And you kill these snipers up here so you're not getting shot at the whole fight. First few times I fought the tourist demon back in the day, 2 years ago. I didn't know you could come up here and kill these guys. Man, that was fun. I also learned last playthrough, finally, that you can slide down ladders in 1. I thought that was something they added for 2, but it's just you gotta hold the button and not the slide ladders. Love this particular boss. Good stuff. Those are Morto Sakuraba. So, I was pretty surprised when I found out it was the same guy doing the music, but then I was like, well, actually, no, that makes sense. Like, the tones of the 2 games are so bad. But the music, they're actually a lot of, it's like a very similar sound between the 2, so it made sense. No, don't do it. Ah, you got me. Let's see. I guess I can just fight it like a man. That's so bad. That was. What are you doing? Okay. Start a ladder again. Don't do it. Missed. Look, we got it. bunch of souls here in a second. Large soul lost undead. Here's the fun bridge for new players. Kill their first boss after probably a whole bunch of tries, and then look at all these souls. I'm gonna run. You go forward in the game, but it's gonna be easy for a while because I just beat this really stupidly hard boss, and then they go on that bridge and the dragon just wrecks them. That's good stuff. That's Solaire over here.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am
An
undead,
adherent of
I
the
have come
Lord
to
of Sunlight. Interesting. I've
Oh,
noticed that before.
I have
So say yes to
the
Solaire
way I, so
both times.
it pleases me greatly.
Always say yes to Solaire.
We are amidst there's no
Gives you the
to some,
white
and in of course we
sign
are, yeah.
soapstone. That's what I just read. Which you can use to summon help. We're gonna hope that this Drake doesn't shoot fire down the bridge again until I am safely out of this pit. Interesting stuff this way, but first we want to. I'm sorry, interesting stuff this way, but first we want to come down here. Open up a shortcut. The first time playing this, I actually didn't realize this was a shortcut. I just accessed. I thought it was a new area, so I was like keeping a mental tab of all the different ways I could go. And I came here to explore this way and realized it was just the place I already been through. This bonfire. When I think of like bonfires and Dark Souls, this is the bonfire I think of. Up strength to wow. Okay. We're gonna pump up strength to 23. Why not? Let's just do a bunch of damage. Why not? Let's just wreck everything. Why not? Usually I want to pump a little bit more into endurance and health, but I will, certainly. Those are worthy stats to level, especially when I'm swinging around a heavy axe. Just want to go ahead and get the strength up there. Alright, come at me, dragon. Or Drake. I guess you're not technically a dragon. Drops down. Run past them. Watch out for his fire. I can just avoid it if I fight the sunlight altar. Oh, he flew away. Good. Good. Loot these corpses. Oh, Claymore. Nice. Nice. Just realized I haven't really been farming humanity. Oh, of course I'm not doing a Let's Play walkthrough, or you guys to watch me farm humanity. So, this guy. Here we are coming up on one of my least favorite enemies, the pig. Don't like the pig. like, I don't like him because you're supposed to be able to backstab him, but it's kind of hard for me. I usually kill him by luring him into the fire. Oh, God, cowboy. I did to you. Oh, hello. 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 How are you doing? No, 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 no. Sorry. Okay, I'm not having good luck with this guy. Alright, cool. Okay. Okay, alright, okay. Now they are jumping. Hey, I'm alive. Oh, so are you. Oh, hi. What's up? Truthfully, you can ignore this pig. I like to kill him because, I mean, look at him. But I got one Estus left, and I don't see this working out. I also don't really see making a break for it working out, though, so let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do with this pig. So good. Oh, hello. Oh. Really don't like. Yeah, that's right. Good. Guess this is what we're gonna do then. Can I get behind him? Just leave that. That's what we'll do. Ambush him here, I think. Yeah, this guy runs. And there's yeah, these guys. That actually startled me, even though I knew it was coming. Pretty decent little ambush. It's like kind of the first, like it's kind of like the first ambush in this game. It was poor timing on my part, but I was saved by the fact that the guy did a horizontal swing, and I was like down the stairs. Ragdoll physics in this game. This guy probably chased me up the ladder if I take care of him. Mystery key. That sounds fun. So kind of get this. I don't even remember what this item is, but 3 souls. That's good. Heart Soul of a Lost Undead, all those souls of whatever items you get, consumables give you souls, and you generally want to keep those as items and not pop them into souls until you're going to use them immediately. Because it's better to have, if you die, you lose your souls, but you don't lose your items, so it's better to have it in like item form. You know. These guys are kind of tough if you don't backstab. Well, they're not. I mean, they're tough, you know, if you're new to the game. So if you can backstab them, do it. So that's kind of true of most things in the game, not really. That was a nasty sound. So this is the Undead Parish area. There's a guy right here. Oh, there's a guy here too. I forgot about you. Oh boy, that spooked me something fierce, let me tell you. Oh goodness. These guys are called Undead Knights. Not bad, cowboy. Balder Knights drop a sword that is apparently pretty good. Balder Side Sword, not pretty good, but people say it's like one of the best melee weapons in the game. The Balder Side Sword, I don't have much experience with it myself, but I'm going to come this way first. You can go into the church. There's also a way you can go back there before I cross the bridge, but come this way and get this bonfire here. Also meet one of my favorite NPCs of the whole Soul series, Andre of Astora. Looks like all the good people are from Astora. You got Henri in Dark Souls 3, you got Oscar in this game, you got Solaire. Well, I guess not all the good guys are from Astora. There's actually pretty... Oh, we're so close to our level. Okay. It's a pretty swell fellow down this way. I'll go ahead and I just gotta. This is like off the beaten path for right now. This area is not until quite a bit later, but gotta come meet Siegmeyer.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in... No,
Yes, guys.
wait.
Affectionately called the Onion Knight because of his Katarina armor, which looks like an onion. Ooh, and I got that Titanite shard earlier. Lucky drop, but then I can upgrade my axe. Fun. Here's Andre.
Well, you must be a new arrival. I'm Andre of Astora. If you require something, then speak to me.
This guy's great. Alright, let's pump up this axe. That was a battle axe +1.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
You're an okay guy, Andre. You're alright. My mom would be cool me hanging out with you. And my dad would too. Fun boss fight up there. That's where we're headed. Hollow soldier. Really not doing so hot on the backstabs this time around though. The only guy I managed to backstab is the guy who's standing still. Oh, okay, that's all it took that time. Yes. Come down this way if you want to. You want to open the gate. There's this guy here. Basement key. Da-da-da-da. Open this gate, which leads to where we came from not long ago with the big nose. Guys don't really want to deal with any of this, but if I want to, I can now. Ooh, halberd. Nice. Some Baldur Knights in here I don't especially want to fight. See me? See me? Oh. Yes. Oh. No? Yes. Sure. What am I hearing? Someone's running around. Oh well. So we gotta lure Templeton here out. I don't want to fight him in the church because there's a guy up there shooting spells at you. So lure the fine fellow. Hi. We're not here. Rolling in this game makes me unhappy. The rolling in 2 and 3 makes far more sense. No, don't. No. That was alright. Yeah, I forgot, if you leave these guys alone for too long, oh, you got me, cowboy. Drink Estus. That's just fun. Dynamite Shark. Oh, in humanity, I can kindle a bonfire. No, I can't. Not yet. Well, yeah, I can get a Firekeeper soul here. It's important. I can reverse hollowing, and then I can kindle a bonfire with another humanity, which means I need 2. Okay, drink this elevator real quick here. It's a nice surprise where this takes you. Does this place look familiar? No, well, it might not actually. We didn't really explore it all. But if you don't recognize this, you will. Oh, spoiler alert. Spire Lake Shrine. Can't remember if I said before or not, but this game, these games are pretty much, they're known for their really cool, like, the interconnectedness of the world. We have the Firekeeper Soul, this lady down here. Of course, my Estus Flask. It's an Estus Flask plus 1, which means every drink I take will heal me more. So you gotta come back here to level up your Estus Flask when you get a Firekeeper Soul. Unless you, well, if you meet another Firekeeper somewhere else in the game, I think there's like three others. They can reinforce it as well. So there's at least 2 others than 3. Maybe more than 3, but I think so. Okay. Okay. So the way forward is up there. Well, but definitely not what I wanted. These guys with the buckler shields and the pointy swords, gotta be real careful with them. If they raise, there's a certain goal. Yeah, arrested them. What you guys doing back alive? Gotta be careful with those Balder Knights with the buckler shields, the small round shields, and the pointy swords. At a certain stance they do, where if you hit them, they will parry you and like kind of run you through with their sword. And it's something you can learn to do. It's actually really effective against certain types of enemies, the final boss as well. It's a little tricky to pull out, like to get the timing down, but once you got it, it's still a little tricky. Sometimes for me, maybe I just don't have it yet. I don't know. But it's good. Kindle is personal. From 2 to 1. And I don't like the jerky anymore. And Kindle. And that will make this bonfire give me 10 Estus Flasks instead of 5. Level up. 5, 6. Ooh, 1 to health. Oh, can't. Oh, shucks. Level up my axe. I got a couple Titanite shards drops from the guys that was killing.
Well,
Force relax.
go get yourself.
That was a good idea. Still not quite an expert on like what good stats to level, but think we're gonna call it good for this episode. There's still quite a bit more to do. Not a whole lot, but there's plenty of room for failure before what I want to do next, before the boss. So I think we're gonna call it good for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching. One moment. There we go. And I will see you next time.